Hello everyone. In this video we are going to talk about how to do forms authentication in MAC application. First thing, so I have created table called as TBL user. It has three columns. One is ID which is auto generated, and second one is username, and third one is a password. And I have inserted a value for that table user 1 and a password as a table user 1. So let's see the table. So right now we have only one record. Okay, so go to file, click new, sorry, so change the authentication to no authentication. Just click OK. So now application has been created. So what I'm going to use is, so I'm going to right click on the model, add new item, go to data. I'm going to use ASP.NET entity data model. So I'm just going to give us an employee model. Okay, so select for design entity framework designer from the database, click next, go for new connection, so give the server name. From what kind of authentication you want, you can choose it. Right now I'm using Windows authentication, and select your database. So mine is employee DB. This connection success, click OK. Click next. So choose which version you want it. Select the table, click finish. Okay. Now it has been created. Go to your model, so you can find a TBL user. So it has a three property: ID, username, and password. And if you go context, so this is our context. So we are going to create an object of this one, and we are going to do operation on this particular table. Okay. So first thing, just understand it. So right now it has the home controller, it has all the index about context. Let's run this page first. Okay, now application is there running, and able to access all the pages. Okay, what I'm going to do, when they're clicking on about page, so I just want to, it should not be accessed for any user, in the sense who are having the credentials, who are authenticated, those user only can access about this about page. So how I can do it? So what we can do it? You can do authorization. Okay, so just save it, just run this application. See, now I'm accessing home page, so I'm able to see contact. I'm able to see when I'm clicking about page, so it has been thrown unauthorized error. Okay, so our question is how to make this page has been authorized, in the sense, so whenever the user enter the credential, it should be saved, after that can be accessed, right? So how we have to do that? So that's what we are going to talking about today. Okay, so just let it be. So what I'm going to do it, right click, add controller. So I'm just giving empty controller. I'm just giving name as account controller. Okay. Okay, now it has been created. So I'm just getting action result. So I'm going to create first for login design page, right? So I'm just going to public action result login. Okay. So I'm just going to do button. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. Before that we have to build our solution. Build it. Now build succeed. Right click. Add bin. So right now I'm going to use this template. So what we are going to do? We are going to create, right? So I'm just giving create. And what is our model? So I'm just giving TPL user. And what is the context? I'm just giving and click add. Okay, so right now it has been created a page. Just save it. Okay, so whenever okay, let's see this page how it looks. First of all, so right now what we use is a template, default template we used it. Okay, so we didn't customize that one. To access this page, so what we can do it, account /login. Okay, so now we can see the username and password and just click with it will have to do action for it. Okay, so this action should be only for HTTP GET only, so post should not be doing it. So that's why I'm just mentioning say accept verb. Okay, go here and here is a override versions are there. So this whenever this button clicks, create button, in the sense so whenever this submit button is clicked, so it's going to force this form. So what is our form method? Form method dot post. Okay, and when the post is happening, which action I am going to call it? So I'm going to create a new call. So in sense new method, right? And what is the data? Data is going to be this data. And what is this one? What controller I have to give it? So we'll see the overload version. We'll get it idea. So first is action name, second is a controller name, third is what kind of method. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to use account controller. Okay, so I'm going to create another method, same like this. So what it's going to take? It's going to take a parameter. What kind of parameter? It's going to take parameter of this model, right? Because what we use, this is strongly typed, right? Editor for and editor for, these are things called as strongly typed. So HTML for whenever you are using this kind of things, then it's for you are using means it's a strongly typed. Okay, so the data is going to come the type of TBL user. Okay, so I'm just giving name for user. Okay, so now we given the user, so we will get the data here. So after getting the data, what we have to do, first we have to validate that. So initially we didn't mention validation. Right now go to our models, TBL user, and we can create a view model. So right now I'm not using view model, so I'm directly giving this one. So required data annotation, so I'm just making this required only. Okay, only required. go to here. First, what you have to, we have to check the whether submitted value it's in a correct value or not. The sense all the fields has been entered or not. So if there is a property called model state dot is valid. So this property will check that whether submitted value is matched with this criteria or not. It's whatever mentioned, right, data annotation is matching with that or not, it will check it. Okay, if it's valid, then go and perform it, otherwise else return empty. So you're going to return view again. So you want empty return view? No, that time I just want to pass this value what they enter it. Okay, so else part is been done. Now here model state is valid. So once it's valid, so what I have to do, I have to first check that whether the username exists or not in the database, right? For that, what you have to do it, you have to create object of this employee DB entities. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just creating object equal to new. So I'm just making this one employees. That what table we are going to make it? It's TBL user, right? TBL user where x such that x dot username equal to user dot username and x dot password equal user dot password dot password default. So I will explain this one, what I am writing here. Okay, so what I'm going to do it, whenever we got the username and password, and I'm just putting a where condition, when the username match with this user dot username and the password match with the first password, then you return the first value for that. Okay, so what kind of data type we're going to return it? See here, it's a iQueryable TBL user. Okay, it can be a list of users saying it. Okay, so I'm just telling single or default. So you just return the single value. So if you see here, still it's required. Okay, we will talk about this all the things in latest video session. About entity framework when comes, that time we will talk about in this one. So let me write a first or default, and just I'm going to store in a variable. So employee. Okay, so if employee is not null, then there is a what to say, user is exit, right? If employee not equal to null, so what I have to do it? So yes, so employee is not null, so successfully authenticated. Okay, so now I have to save the cookies, right? So what I have to do is, for that forms authentication we have to implement forms authentication. Okay, so just select this one dot set cookie. So we are setting the cookie for that. Okay, so what is a cookie? So I'm just telling that we'll just give the user dot username. So that is as a cookie, and right now I'm making as a false, so it will not persist after a lot of requests. Okay, so that will be saved, and after that return a view. So what we have to go it after that? So I'm telling that otherwise, if there is a view, we can go it. I'm going to do return redirect to action. So what kind of action I want to go to? So I want to go to, previously we discussed about home controller, we made this one authorized, right? So about, okay, so I'm just redirecting to that one. about, and what is the controller name? It's home controller. Okay. Okay, so this what is working. So if employee is not null, then what is that? So it's mean user not valid, right? So what we can do is spot return redirect to action. Otherwise we can return to view. So by using the same value. But we have to show the error message for that, right? So what I'm going to do, return to user. So I'm just going to create one view back. I'm just saying is error message equal to invalid credentials. Okay. So this should be done before returning. Okay, this error message, right? Let's go to our view. So I just display in the top of this. I will explain one more time. So what we are taking, we are just taking parameter TBL user, and first we are checking model is valid or not. If it is valid, just go and process this one. It's not valid, just return a view with the submitted values. Okay, if it is valid, so I'm just checking whether that employee exit in the particular table or not. If it is there, then you're setting a cookie for that, and this is a remember me like that. So right now it's giving a boolean value, I'm just giving a false. So after done it, just redirect to action about home. Else I'm just setting an error message and I'm just returning to the view to the user. Okay, so let's save it, run this application. Okay, so before that what we have to do it, so we have to configure in our application. Okay, stop it. So before that what we have to tell to that, we have to in web config, we have to say that, so what kind of authentication we are using it. Okay, go to web config, come to your system.web, okay, so here you have to configure it. So authentication, okay, what kind of mode I'm going to use it, I'm going to use a forms mode. So just give it, and so what kind of, so I'm going to see that what is my default URL. So I'm going to use the default URL. So what I'm going to do it, so whenever is accessing happening, so which page I should go at, I'm telling go to account controller login method. So whenever the application runs, it will go to this page. Okay. Okay, that's it. Just run our application. So, and we have to mention login URL. So default URL whenever the application running, that URL it will take, and login URL whenever unauthorized, it's been authorized wherever required, that page when you're clicking on that time it will navigate to this page. So right now it will be like be home, it's a default URL, and let it be index. Okay, just save it, run the application. Okay, so now try to access about page. So now it's redirected to our login page. So what I'm going to give that, so I'm going to enter incorrect password first. So I'm giving incorrect things. I'm trying to create. so it's saying the username and password is required. Okay, so I'm just giving or some incorrect value, I'm just creating it. So right now its resource cannot be found it. I think we are doing something wrong in our code. Okay, let's put a breakpoint. Go back. Okay, let's start our application one more time. About create. Okay, so I'm giving some value, post it. So right now it's saying that the resource cannot be found. The reason was that when we created our view, right, so we didn't mention what kind of action needs to be done. Okay, so that's why it's didn't find any kind of method. So for that, what we have to do it, our is a login, go to login, give it, sorry, login, given, right, and just I'm declaring as a post method, accept, okay, post. So this one, why we are using this attribute, as earlier I told, it's to make this method to respond only get request for that HTTP get, and this method should be done, it's been response for only the post things. That's why I mentioned as a HTTP post. Okay, just save it, run the application one more time. Okay, click on about. So it's a React. First click on create. Give some value for that. Click on create. So now it's here. So you can see that what is the value for that. Just put Shift F9. It will open quick watch. So you can see the what is the value coming. So just go ahead. Its model is valid. Yes. Created. So let's connect with the database, and it's a null, so I'm checking it's not null, no. Then I'm saying invalid credential, return to the user. So now you can see the invalid credential, right? So now what I'm going to do that, so I'm going to give this username and password, username, password. Okay. It's connecting the database. Now it's written a data not equal to null. So I'm just setting a cookie for that. I'm just returning it. So now it's came to about page. So we are able to access it. Right? Okay. Now we can see that one more issue. So we have to call for logout page also, right? So how to log out? Okay. So what I'm going to do it. Create one more method, action result, logout. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do it. Whenever it comes, so I'm just form authentication dot sign out. Okay, once sign out it, so what I'm going to do is return to home page index. That's it. Okay, so how they can log out it? So what I'm going to do it, go to our chat, layout. So in the icon bar, it's already available about contact, everything, right? So what I'm going to do is, if http contacts dot current dot user dot is user dot identity dot is authenticated, then you just show one more hyperlink called log off. Okay, and what is our action name? Log out and control user. Okay, right, check it one more time. Okay, done. So actually this code, what it will do, if the user comes, it's authenticated or not. If it is authenticated only, it will show it. Okay, we'll check that one, it works or not. Okay, right now we are not able to see log off button here. So what I'm doing, I'm clicking about page. So I'm just giving a correct username. I'm clicking it. So now we can see log off. When you click this one, so it goes off. Okay, so this is the way we can do it. Authentication, forms authentication in MVC application. And now we can see that when you click on about, so this password is visible, right? So this one you can change it as a password invisible. So that what we can do it. That is called the password form. Okay, just save it, run this application. Did we make any changes? Not yet. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I think this bootstrap CSS not as applied. I will check it. So you can see that when you put the break, developer mode for this class, so it's applied this particular class, form control text box single align. Okay, when you look for this one, it doesn't apply that CSS. Okay, so that's why it is not rendering it. We will fix it. Okay, so what you have to do it here, I made it HTML attributes colon new class I applied, so it started. So you can check it right now. Okay, it's working. Okay, so now we done it, our forms authentication. So I will summarize what we have to do initially. and how we have to do it. First thing was to go to your web config and mention your authentications. Okay, so what kind of authentication mode to be forms, and what is your default URL, and what is your login URL. Okay, once you've done it, you create a controller and login. Just have the design, and the first method, first you check model is valid or not. If it is valid, then check that the particular user present in our table on it. If it is present, then set the cookie for that. If it is not there, just return a view. Okay, and when you log out, just call forms authentication or sign out. It will work out it. Okay, so now one more problem may come it. See, right now what I have done it, if you go for home controller, all this only one method is authorized, right? So it should, when I want to access this particular method, that time it should be redirect to login page. So my scenario is not there. Sometime after some time, so whatever method is there inside this whole controller, if coming new controller also, any controller which has been created again also, but those controls should be authenticated. In the sense, first time should go for login page only. So those kind of scenario, what do we have to do it? So first thing what you have to do it, go to app.start. You can find it filter.config. Just add one filter, filters.add new authorized attribute. So what is meant by that? So I'm telling that all the controller what you are going to create, all log must be authorized. I'm setting it globally, I'm assigning. If you do authorize for this one, it's applicable only for this particular controller, right? So if I am creating another 3-year controller, I don't want to go again do that, declare this attribute, right? Instead of that, what I can do it, just to go to filter config and just add it. So what are the controllers, what are the methods, all are should be authorized. Okay, if that is the case, how they can access this particular login page, right? For that, what you have to do it, first thing was it, you have to mention, so these things are allow anonymous, so anyone can access it. Okay, so anyone can access it, and anyone can also post it. Okay, so those things, just save it, just run our application. Okay, so now we got it. So try to apply it, nothing will work it, because in navigation bar we given it, so not a problem, but when you click it, still it's in login page only. So I'm giving it correct username, create, so it's nothing but login. Okay, sorry, that name we didn't change it, we'll change it, no problem. Okay, so now, so you can save this one, so you can see it, it's working as expected. So if you click log up, it will go ahead. Okay, and one more thing, what we missed out it, so we just mentioned create, right? So we have to change the name for that. We didn't say the so value for that. Okay. Just rerun it. I hope everything understood right now about how to do forms authentication in MSC application. Okay, just click it. Okay, it goes about page, contact log, done it. Okay, so this is the way we can do forms authentication in MSC application. Thank you for watching this video.